Hey everybody, welcome into the Beehive. I'm your host, the Bee at LLC, and this is where we stack precious metals like it's pollen and nectar. Our pollen is silver and our nectar is gold, preserving our wealth as honey of old. Like ancient metals, we hold our own. So I'm going to read through our auction rules for the night. Hey, Niels Han Dynasty, welcome in. So, rules: must be 18 years or older to purchase in this auction. Email me longlivedcoins@gmail.com with any wins you make throughout the night. Please include what you won and at what price, along with your YouTube name and address you would like it shipped to. I will send an invoice to your email, which includes many forms of payment. If none of the payment methods in the invoice work well for you, we can also do Zelle and Cash App with no fee. All payment methods are free except PayPal. Please add 4% if using PayPal to your total. Shipping is $7 US, and top bidder with the highest total value gets a freebie. You can't win the freebie 2 auctions in a row. We bid $1 increments to $100 and then $5 increments over $100. My special guests are always welcome to bid, as well as the moderators. And 7 is a unique rule that you can bid insurance, but you have to pay it. So be careful on how high you make your insurance. We will run a 3-minute timer and then count it down. 3, 2, 1, sold. And today, if and when we exceed 35 likes, we will pull a coin from the Hive's treasure chest to be announced. And ancient coins sold here from the long-lived coins come with a lifetime market value money back guarantee to be genuine. 4-month payment plan with 1 payment a month, and I will ship when the total is received. If you need to do a payment plan on the more expensive items, email me and we can hopefully work that out. And chat commands is !pay, !likes, !rules, !ancient, !tip. All right. Homestead, and for a special guest today, we have Homestead Aquarius hopefully joining us here. Homestead, I sent you a new link if that old one was not working. Hopefully that one will work. Let me know if it's not working for you. All right, and so, yes, also tonight we have anytime throughout the night, if you would like the special, which is Silvertown Buffalo Rounds, proof-like finish. If you would like some of these, just tell me, just type buy it now and special in the chat and let me know how many you would like. I have 15 or so available, so just buy it now and special, and I'll know you're looking for the buffalo. And then also tonight we also have this deal here, which is my ancient coin for the night. Let me zoom in here a bit. All right, so here we have a Cilicia Tarsus Mazios. It is a 361 to 334 BC. So it's an old coin, 2,300 plus years old, pushing 2,400 years old. It's a stater of 10.88 grams silver. And this one is, you can buy it now throughout the night. If you want it before anyone else has a chance to get their hands on it, you can type buy it now ancient at any time throughout the night, and that will be yours. However, we will put it up for auction at a little bit lower price towards the end of the auction, so you can have a chance to get it at a reduced price unless someone snaps it up beforehand. And with that, we can get going here. Our first piece is going to be this Canadian goose. This is 80% silver. This is a very nice example here. It's I think still in pretty good condition. Pretty good field still, pretty bright. Good detail, a little bit of chatter in the field there, but not too bad. Nice example of the Canadian goose, 80%. 1 second. Get that typed in here. All right. Can't do that like I thought I could. Little technical difficulty. Hold tight here. There we go. Hey, Space Miner, welcome in. Thanks for being here. About ready to get started. All right, here we go. So this is an 80% Canadian dollar. It's a goose from 1867 to 1967. And it's a nice example, I think. Pretty nice anyway. Homestead Aquarius, welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing? Getting closer anyway. Have him in here.
All right. I had myself muted. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. How you doing, man?
Just fixing some last minute things here on my in the luxurious indoor studios. That's right.
Nice. Getting pretty high tech over there, are we?
Yeah, kinda. We're just trying to. We're going from starting seed mode to live streaming mode. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So, how's it going, brother? How you doing?
Oh, not too shabby. Not too shabby. See if we can move a bit of silver tonight here.
There you go. Hope so. See Space Miners in here. Neil.
Neil.
Yeah.
So it's starting to turn spring out there, I'm noticing.
Oh, yes, it is. And it is time for gardening. You know, there's a lot of folks is chomping at the bit all winter long, and they've been getting ready, you know.
Yeah, I know you got that homesteading ordeal going on over there. Oh, I got to get my rotation.
Yeah, that's something we've been doing for 5 years, and we're going to give it a go again.
Cool.
Kind of not as much intensity this year.
Yeah,
I've got a lot on my plate, but we are still doing it. You know,
well,
we are still doing it. It's been bigger years, but we're going to press on with it and see which one of us can grow the most food, bring the most food in. It's all about survival and seeing which team can bring in the most food by growing or fishing, hunting, foraging, whatever you can do as a household and as a team to grow it, to bring in the most food by weight.
By weight, huh? That's interesting. We got a little garden going, so maybe I should start recording our wares and see how we size up to some. And maybe we'd be worthwhile of being on some team somewhere along the way or something. But we got a pretty small deal, so probably not.
No, that's we part of the thing is we someone that's got like a large farm and a large homesteading channel.
Yeah.
They maybe have a great, wonderful channel with many subscribers, but in Shed Wars, it doesn't matter to us, especially not to me. What we're looking for is just human beings, just people in apartments, people in their backyards, people on their large farms, people of all walks of life all across the planet, doing what they can to grow at least some of their own food and inspiring other people to do the same. That's what we do.
Cool.
Certainly large channels do get the excitement up, amongst people. But everybody's the same. We're all equal is the way that we look at it.
I see. So how do you if somebody has a great big homestead and they have a field for their garden, I mean, they're going to pull in a lot more weight than a small garden like we would have. So how do you divvy up the points for that? Or you just try to match a small person up with a big one on a team, or how do you work that kind of thing out?
Well, normally it evens out, or we try to even it out as much as possible up to a certain point. We don't want to have it so lopsided on one side that it's, a given that somebody's going to get beat. But I want to emphasize that the competition is there, definitely. And people, the competition is there, but for our heart, our spirit, it's really about all of us winning together as a team. Both teams or all three teams, however many teams that we have in a given year. Last year we had 3. It's really about all of us working together. The competition is just a fun thing.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, it's about helping each other as a community and doing what we can and teaching and having fun. Making, a lot of times we make videos that we wouldn't normally make in a gardening homesteading community. And sometimes in the past it has gotten a little adult in the humor. Which most of us have channels that are made for adults, and most of us appreciate some good adult humor, but we do try to dial it back to a PG
somewhat
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, that sounds really interesting. I might have to tag along a little bit, and I can gives me somewhere to send my gardening videos to.
Could be. My channel is a little bit of everything at this point. I'm not a YouTuber that's out there just flooding the YouTube space with videos and trying to rake and crawl my way up to, big numbers. That's not in my life right now. Just kind of kicking back a little bit and enjoying myself.
Cool. Than Hung Lee, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We got ourselves a little auction going here. We got some 3/9 fine silver. I'm about to drop in the chat the definition of it here. It's 240 grains, which is a ½ ounce of pure silver on the dot. And we're starting that off at $24. And we run a 3-minute timer on it, and then we count it down after the timer runs out. 3, 2, 1. You're welcome to hop in and bid if you're in the US. $7 shipping. And just send me an email with what you purchased throughout the night, and I'll respond with an invoice you can pay through. Silver and Cigars, welcome in. How you doing, bud? So,
Liberty Lobby, is that like Hobby Lobby? Liberty Lobby, would that be like a place where you go and buy pew-pews? What is that, Liberty Lobby?
I think it has to do, it's kind of like, how we have right now, there's a group called Citizens for Sound Money.
Uh-huh.
And I think this was something kind of close to that. It was from 1993, so it was a little bit earlier on. But I think it was just kind of a heads up on, real money. And they put it in 240 grains, which I think something like, it's 480 as an ounce. But I think they count the dollar in the U.S. as actually an amount of grains of silver. So many grains of silver is one. So it's another way of saying ½ ounce, 240 grains, I guess. But yeah, it's just a little silver ½ ounce round. Somebody was promoting Liberty, lobbying for it. I think Andrew Jackson on the front.
Can you imagine what our world would be like if all of a sudden we were back on the true gold and silver standard for our money?
Oh man, I would be so ecstatic. I mean, it would be a rough go for a while, no doubt, but I would just be so happy to get back to reality somewhat.
It would be so dangerous and chaotic for quite a while.
Yeah.
But those with the biggest stack, would win out at the end, I do believe. I think so. If you've got some of that predate, like pre-33 stuff, you'd have it. You had your and that's I keep thinking that we're in store for another kind of pre-33 event. But in my heart, I believe it's going to be a pre-CBDC stack, your pre-CBDC metals that you purchased off the system is what's going to be considered that date. Like maybe it's pre-20.
2025 or whatever it is.
Yeah, or 25. Yeah. 320, 325, 328 metal,
Yeah. I know what you're seeing there. I'm kind of that could definitely be a possibility because they're already talking about listing and tying every asset under the sun, basically. And even some things that you wouldn't consider an asset, I'm sure, to basically a blockchain of some sort, right?
Oh yeah, everything on the planet has been monetized at this point. So, they've got it worked in.
That's what I think, and so I kind of see where you're going with that. Where one of these days they could just roll it out and say, okay, from now on, X, Y, and Z isn't available to the public, or who knows,
It could be, and we don't know. We don't know what kind of no.
Okay, we got a no bid here in 3 on this one at 20. 25, 24, I think. Yeah,
Silver and Cigars. Hello, glad to see you, brother.
that could definitely get interesting.
It can. I think this is we're, us adults, that are playing this game now with trading our fiat for dollars or for real money. There, we're going to see some serious stuff, mind blowing, earth changing kind of things. I do believe in the next 5 years. Um, at, and it'll just get more crazy after that with the changes. Um, we're just at too many crossroads.
Yeah,
Too many crossroads in history. I think for something not to be different.
yeah, exactly. You're starting to see some of the legal system and the laws break down, and to me, that's a big sign in itself,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So yeah, I think it's on its way as well, and I don't even see them trying hard to slow it down. If anything, I think they're ready to hasten the event in ways. So
Give you a little tour of what I have set up here, without showing too much of things I don't want shown. But
cool.
it's my
Oh,
part of my cigar box stack.
nice.
I'm really starting to believe that our main responsibility as stackers is giving cigar boxes a second life, and making sure that they stay whole and not just burned upon a pile somewhere.
Yeah, well, you know what else I think that's kind of funny is you got these guys, and I think they're doing a good job, and so I hope they continue on. But you got these guys that are out there, and they're taking getting silverware and tea sets, and they're turning it over and making a good profit off of it, which is great, and I support that. But I think it's also going to be funny look back on one day, and people are going to watch those videos of those tea sets getting melted down, and it'll be like the few tea sets that are left will be really valuable, and it'll be like, oh, how could you have melted that?
That's true. I wish I had a tea set.
I do too. I want a nice silver. I got to get a hold of a chef stacker and have him hold me one. I'll pay him a little extra instead of him taking it to the melt. If I could find a nice set of silverware and a nice tea set, and I want a nice silver chalice too, it'd be kind of cool.
Brother, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking I want to get with oh gosh, who is it? It's not LBS. It's not Harmon Arquiz. It's help me out.
Broke Stagger?
No, not Broke Farmer. No, it's a man out in California that's always melting all down all the who?
Stacking Surfer?
No, he's always melted down all the silver to make bars. And he had that awesome coin collection that he was thinking about melting down and Franklin Mint. We were all like, no, you can't melt that.
Not tight. No, I can't think of who's in California that off the top of my head, but yeah.
Oh, come on. It's on the tip of my tongue, and it's not filtering through my old man brain.
Neil says a silver chalice. Yes, I agree.
My LCS has got a silver chalice and a silver plate and a couple of silver utensils that I'm wanting. And then he told me how much it was. I was like,
oh yeah, pretty pricey, yeah.
It's like, maybe not. Maybe that's a special set he's got.
Could be. I know. If you get them new, they're really pricey. But I would think I seen some of the stuff that Chef was getting rid. There's some nice pieces. So
Chef Stacker, LA.
Oh, Chef. Yeah.
Yes, that's who it is. I want to get with him And, it's like, I wonder if I could get some of that silver without him melting it down,
Exactly. Yeah, no, I've been thinking about contacting him for sure because I'd like to have some of that stuff, but at the same time, I'm glad to see him doing what he's doing too, because I think it's doing well for him. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And they're making more of it all the time. But, it's like looking on the outside in. You can sit there and think, well, gosh, I would turn that and make a profit off of it, but there's a lot of people out there trying to do the same very thing. And
yeah. Yeah, no, I think it'll take a while before I think silver demand will really have to rise, and then if enough of these people like Chef that do melt enough of it down, what's left will start to go, rise in value and be more sought after is my guess. But oops, there was supposed to be in 2 on that.
Look like your sand is running out.
Yeah, I'm counting her down here improperly. And silver slowly starting to tick up a little bit today.
Yeah.
All right, so these next 2 pieces, guys, they're nice pieces. I do want to point out that there's a little bit of milking spots going on there. But what's very interesting about it is it only seems to be on the car itself. And it's kind of like it makes it a 2-tone paint job. So it's actually kind of a cool milk spotting, kind of the coolest milk spotting I've seen. But the next coin is somewhat the same. Like the frosty area only seems to be a little bit milky. So otherwise, they're perfectly good coin. This is a 2023 Samoa Fast and Furious. Quarter mile. What else does that say? Something tire? I don't know. So we're going to start this piece off at Furious. Hey, PNW 77, welcome in. Good to see you. Don't think I've seen you in here. Welcome to the Beehive. We've got a 1 ounce Fast and Furious 2023 Samoa coin. It's got a touch of milk spot on the body of the car itself, it appears to me. At least I think that's what that is. Or else it's kind of a 2-tone job there. I'm guessing that's milking, but it's kind of only on the car, so kind of a unique example. It's a good example otherwise. We're going to start this off. 33. Go. Mentally Corrupted, welcome in. Good to see you, bud. How you doing? Yeah, we've been doing a little bit of work in the garden, and we planted some fruit bushes. When I first moved into this place, we planted some fruit bushes and some white raspberries and gooseberries and stuff. And man, those have been done well. And then we also have some grapevines that we've kind of tied up to some chain link and whatever, and it's kind of made some cool overhead shade whilst giving you some fruit. Those are kind of fun.
That's the number one thing I tell people to do. It's like as soon as you move to a new place, whatever it is, get food going,
Yeah.
It's the first thing you want to do. You plant trees, plant fruit trees, plant fruit bushes, fruit trees especially. If you've got a place that's yours, especially if it's going to be a long-term thing, your forever home or whatever, then get fruit trees growing. It'll benefit your family to come. and people that you don't even know.
Right.
Because we're only here for a little while. And really, honestly, today, long range plans are um, tenuous to be um, accurate. Long range plans anybody has nowadays, that could be considered 5 to 10 years, because our world changes so much. It's not like the 40s and 50s or even 60s, when um, there was so much. People stayed as a nuclear family and stayed close to home, had family farms and stuff. Now it's becoming people having refugee status today, where they thought they had it all together yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
But still, when we plant fruit trees, when we plant things of value like that, food, whoever comes after us, especially after we're gone from this earth, what we did then is helping people of the future, after we're gone.
Yeah.
They won't know our names,
Yeah.
but they will have the benefit, and they'll think about who did it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And just like you say, the fact that it will be there and help someone is does more than, I guess suppose Johnny Appleseed would be a famous example, huh?
Exactly. He went about the country just spreading apples, trying to grow food, putting it out there for people. A selfless act. Yep. It's like the old saying of a society grows great when old men plant trees they will never see, never sit under, and have the shade of. They won't feel it. Old men planting trees for people that will get the benefit, but he won't. Okay? That is what we miss so much of today. People doing only for themselves, and not thinking about the next generation. Okay, Neil is taking me to task on something. Let's see. He has an interesting take on things. What are you calling me out on, sir? What are you calling me out on?
Got Europa and the bull here. Okay, and this is the same thing as last one. Now this is a beautiful coin. It's in great condition, but I do want to point out on the, if I wouldn't tell you, you probably wouldn't notice, but there's on that frosty part of the bull, maybe some on her kind of in that frosty area. I think there's some milk spotting, but other than that, this is an immaculate coin, and I think the same on this side. It is a coin, €1.50, Europa and the bull, and again, kind of on that shield, that frosty part. If you look right, there's a little bit of frosting going there. I think that's milk spotting, anyways. But this is a really nice coin. So I marked it down just a bit because of that. But beautiful coin nonetheless.
That's pretty.
Indeed.
Okay, so Neil is from the Department of Clearing Up Ancient Myths and Stories. It says that law back then said if you plant a certain number of fruit trees on 100 acres, they gave you the land. He got paid to do that by other landowners, LMAO. Nice lore, but that's all, not factual.
Never heard it.
I have never heard that either. So that would be I've never heard that, but it's probably one of those things that we, somebody made up a story, or we forgot the details of the story.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, or maybe they. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Could have been a lot of things. Could be they were wondering if any of those fruit trees would grow in those areas, so they just said, well, if they take off in any of those areas, then you can go plant a fruit tree stand there or something. I don't know.
And who would now? Let's see. That may be true, and I'm not saying it's not, because we learn stuff all the time about how history's wrong,
Oh
and we
yeah,
have to unlearn things all the time.
for sure.
But here's what makes sense to me. If you were just given help to get hundreds of acres of land by this guy, this nut job running around planting apple trees, I think you're probably going to have a pretty favorable story to tell about the man, and you'll just leave out the details, right?
Right.
So, yes, this guy's great. He just goes around planting apple trees. He's wonderful. Then your grandkids are telling that story, and theirs. And so little details are left out like that.
Yeah.
And the more I live, the more I know that people don't want details. They don't want them. They just want the feel good story, right? Or they want
Sure.
It's like whenever I try to talk to people about whenever we're starting sweet potato slips. Oh my God, I never realized just how much contention there could be from having a homestead or a garden channel or anything like that. There's a lot of stuff out there that people believe, right? and it's like sweet potatoes. People keep wanting to water torture their dang sweet potatoes by dunking them halfway in a jar and poking them with toothpicks, right? And it's, that got started from like a Better Home and Gardens thing, because it would do that and it looked good in a vase, right? And so a lot of the ladies back then started doing that so that they have this decoration in their house, right? Wow. And then that became the way that you had to do it because grandma did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, your granny might have done it that way, but nature ain't never done it that way.
Definitely not a must, huh? That's funny. So yeah, interesting talking about homesteading. That's how my great grandparents settled our land. Was just
how'd they get their sweet potatoes started? That's all I want to know.
But yeah, that was crazy there for a while. You just staked out your land and then held it and used it. And the goose coin PNW, yes, sir. That's happy to show you that again. It's not too bad for being. I mean, it's not. It's obviously not BU, but for being circulated, it's in much better condition than the other one I sold. This is my last one, and it's, again, yeah, not too bad a condition overall, considering it's been used. 80%, obviously, Canadian dollar, 80% silver. It's 1867 to 1967. $24.
$24. That's a good price right there.
Yeah, for a pretty goose, that's not a bad deal indeed.
Dang straight. It's hard to get anything sovereign for that kind of price.
Let me know. I'm going to continue on since we already ran that, but holler at me if you decide you want it, and we'll get a hey WC Precious Metals and Numismatics. You guys go check WC out if you haven't seen his channel. He's got a great channel. Welcome.
Great channel right there.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go ahead on to the next piece, which is 1 ounce of silver, 2022. Take your silver back Precious Metals. Got a gorilla ripping a 1,000-ounce bar apart. That's or 100-ounce or something. That's pretty strong if you could do that. Take your silver back 2022. I really like these 1-ounce rounds. These are really pretty. This one's in really good condition, so I put it in a capsule. Couldn't see anything wrong with it. Again, this is coming from Silverback Precious Metals. And for those of you who didn't hear, that was ran by Jim Forsyth of Citizens for Sound Money. He was a great guy, and sadly passed away not long back. So this one would have been chosen by him. So that makes a difference to anybody. It's a 1-ounce 3/9 fine silver round. Starting there at $30.
Yeah, silver's going back up. I expect, after what I heard on Salivate Metal today, it seems like maybe when China gets back in action and off their holiday, the metals will start moving again, possibly in a higher direction. I don't know. Who knows? It's frustrating.
Yeah. It could get wild from here on out, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Could get up a couple, down a couple type thing.
It is frustrating as it is, right? Because here's what a lot of people may want or may get they're not thinking about it right? If any product, any asset just continues to go up and never go down, just keep going up, then pretty soon you won't be able to afford it at any price. Okay. And it's just going to keep going up beyond that. But it doesn't do that. Things go up and things go down.
Yeah.
Now, silver is one of those things that, I like it. If gold and silver are going up, and then back down, if I've got a regular wave that I can time, then I'm all for that, or if I can be ready and just waiting for that next wave, like a surfer, right? Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to catch that wave, because I know we're going to have a drawdown and we're going to have a build up again. I'm going to get ready again,
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the way I've been handling it. And since I've had, since there's been a fair amount of time, I've got to a point where, I still kind of dollar cost average, but I still watch the rises and falls, because, I can go a little bit heavier when it falls back. That's when you can really go after whatever it is you're looking for, and then, it's not that I quit buying when price goes up, because I know, it might just keep kind of popping up. It definitely has a ways before I would feel like it's overpriced. So, I just try to play it with the market, since that's what the market's given me. I still buy the dips a little bit, even though I continually cost average.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a game of cards. Any kind of game of cards, you got different suits, different values, different things, different possibilities you can make, and you can't just go in there and play it just one way, because the cards may not fall that way, right?
Yep.
So you got to keep yourself open in life, and open to these changes, and take advantage of what's there. Maybe run out, a different suit at that time.
Yeah, exactly. And like you say, play your cards to your suits. Like silver is down a little bit, I'm heavier silver, and then if silver rises and gold falls, well, there you go, move over or whatever. But, and I do that since I like ancients, since prices jump up in silver and gold here, I might go look at some ancients, So in that way, it gives you a little bit more leverage to for those types of games.
I've been drooling over some ancients. I have been.
Oh man, there's some that just I can't help myself on. Oh,
Mm.
it's horrible. It's I'm probably a bad influence getting a channel like this because it's bad. Once you get to looking at some of those, it's like, oh man, I gotta get that, gotta have that.
They're so pretty.
Yeah.
So much history, and I'm just like, ooh, if I
Yep.
could get my own Athenian owl, that would be so nice.
Right. I in this right here, this Mazios stator. So this is about 10.8 grams, almost 11 grams, 10.88. And look at that detail for 2,300, almost 2,400 years old. This was the Cyrus that Daniel talked about. There's going to be a king that overthrew Nebuchadnezzar, and that was Cyrus. And this Mazios was a ruler that would have been under that Persian Empire about 200 years or so after Cyrus came into Persia was when this coin was minted. So I mean that takes, I don't know how long it was from Daniel's vision till Cyrus actually took that, but I don't think it was that long. So you're talking, 200-300 years probably, 200-400 years, something like that, when this was minted. So it's just crazy to hold something like that in your hand. And see what the imagery that they were seeing at the time, and how did they view that. And you got the eagle there with the wheat, the ear of wheat, and the cluster of grapes, like we were just talking, that sustains you, and the power of the eagle to see and rule over. And then you got, the scepter of power and a ripped guy on a throne, or God, however, So yeah, it's just, and then they just smashed it. Look at how it separated on the edges. There's no collar. They just whack, and that would separate the metal there. And so cool to hold one of those things.
It's pure history and humanity in those old coins,
Indeed.
And the detail that they get on them is pretty incredible.
Oh man, that's what's remarkable to me.
It is. And I wonder if there were collectors, if there were people that looked at those coins and thought, okay, I've got to have that one for my collection back then,
Yeah, they say that they did. Like they say that kings and queens were the first coin collectors, because there is records of kings and queens actually, building a collection of nice ancient coins. So indeed, it was a thing. At least around the Roman times, and I would imagine even before, because, well, for one thing, they're going to be held for their value. I mean, a nice big tetradrachm, that's like a half ounce of silver. So, that would have been valuable as well at the time. So, and then the gold ones, get out of here.
What you got there?
So this is a silverback precious metals. This is another one of those collaborations, but I don't know. Do you guys know Kinesis Mint? They're kind of a Kinesis Mint. Well, they have an electronic gig that they've been working on, backed by real silver. And so there's a Kinesis YouTube. You can look them up on YouTube, Kinesis, and they have a YouTube channel, and they talk about precious metals quite a bit. This is one of their bars, and they did a collaboration kind of with that Jim Forsyth, from my understanding. And this is another silverback gorilla example. This is in a 1 ounce bar. And I just threw it in a capsule. So it was in nice condition in plastic. So this is a 1 ounce silverback precious metals Kinesis Mint, mirror-like finish gorilla, and $31.
That's nice. I've heard of them. There's so many mints out there that are coming online, and so many throughout history that I don't know. I have heard of them.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited because let me grab it here. So This bar right here is a 5-ounce bar from First Mint, and that's a new mint here in the States. That's a spinoff from First Majestic that has its silver mines in Mexico. But they opened up a mine here in one of these, I think it's like Nevada or somewhere in there. And so now they have a mine that they're pulling silver out of, and then they open their own mint. So they refine it, send it to the mint, gets further refined and stamped into bars and rounds. I think now they have their rounds out. When I was there, they only had the bars. And this was one of their first bars. But yeah, so that's like the first mint where you have silver coming out of the U.S. that's then directly minted by that same company. I think that's kind of a first it wouldn't be a first. There's been other companies that do it, but on a big scale, I think that's kind of something that's new and somewhat exciting, and I'm hoping that they can get their prices down a little bit and keep their supply going, because they run out at times, and so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah,
it's a good looking bar.
Yeah, both of them are. Yeah, and this one's a really nice piece, good looking piece. And they're kind of the Kinesis is kind of interesting because they have that online tokenization of it, and I think you can exchange it for silver, but I don't know. I think that's why they have that mint, is so that you can get their minted product. All right, we're going to count that down. We got another no bid dry night tonight.
Folks are getting anxious right now, I think, with the price going up, with the price going down recently. I think folks are like, nah, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I just checked and it was up. But right now it's $26.99 at APMEX, so it's back up to 27.
Going back up. Yesterday was the best part of the dip so far, I think.
Yep, and I happened to order a little bit yesterday.
You did good.
I know. Well, we'll see. Could turn around tomorrow and get hammered again. You never know. So
yeah.
But yeah, I like to take that. I mean, it's not. I think we're going up overall soon. So even if it's not the bottom, you get a little bit of a dip, you're doing better than not buying any dip. So
that's exactly right. And if you're dollar cost averaging, or what I do is ounce cost averaging, you're not going to get hurt much either way. You're not going to make much either way, and you're going to have that average building up over time. But your stack will be growing. It's like Sal says, you only lose money when you sell. And with the way things are going, the way things naturally go with everything, it's going to hold its value, and you're going to get that money back at some point in the future. It's just going to go up.
Yep. Get that typed in there. Okay, up next we got a 2023 Caribbean silver 1 ounce coin, Barbados.
That is pretty.
So it's a coin, yep. $35 go. Yep, we could be. I definitely think we'll probably break 30 this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then from there we could really see some fireworks after that, huh? Next year could be downright interesting.
Yeah, the years ahead, the months and years ahead, I really can't see any situation where gold and silver, real estate, Those three things, land,
Yep.
anything that has real lasting value doesn't go up. I mean, it's going to happen. Um, Look at I mean, it's a run up. It's a multi-year, multi-decadal run up. Look at where were just like 5 years ago with the prices, or 10. It's silver and gold and precious metals and all types of things is a buy and hold. You buy it and hold it
Yep.
till you need it or till that day comes that you need to sell.
Yep.
Whatever. It's an asset in your hand that appreciates.
Yes.
Um,
Yep. And I think what so much is lost on people. I remember when I started like in 17, and there was even less awareness of it at that point. The inflation wasn't quite as rapid as it is now. And so I think there's a large percentage of the population that still sees it as that really slow. Like, just for example, just the other day I bought a tube of Eagles and spot was like $23 and I paid 20. Well, it was my Costco video. I was going to pay $27 a pop at Costco, and it ended up that my payment didn't go through because it was through my wife's account, and they don't, like, now you can't do that anymore with cards. So they rejected it, and so I went to order it again, and they were sold out. And then I contacted Ian, and I got even a better deal than 27. But point being was a spot was like 22, 23, and I bought those at 2B Eagles at 27. By a month later, when I received them, it was already over $27 the day I received it. So, and I don't think people realize that, like people were saying, what are you doing paying that kind of premium? Well, by the time I received them, I was already over that $3. So, I don't think people are aware that it's going to start moving that fast, and I think it's going to
it's on sale.
Catch some people off guard here. Yep, I do too.
I think gold, silver, and especially platinum. I hate to sound like Neil. I get into his backyard, his thing, right? Not trying to take any of that business away from you, Neil, but buy silver, buy platinum, buy crystallized osmium. But there's not too many things that I see out there that doesn't scream like platinum, and palladium.
Yep.
And silver. I mean, those three metals are used for so much, and I really believe that the hydrogen fusion technology is about to take off. And whatever silver you're buying right now and have bought in the last year, or maybe even in the next year, will be at a price that's considered on sale, or maybe even half off.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yep, for sure. P&W, yeah, I agree, man. It's I fully agree. All right.
Yeah.
What is next here? So we got a kook. Maybe somebody's after a kookaburra. These are so pretty. These are hard to turn down.
Oh, that's my weakness right there.
They're pretty. You got old Chucky on the back, but not too bad. There's pretty good frosting on the back of this one, actually, kind of.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous coin. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, it's still pretty.
No doubt. All right, where did I go? Where'd it go? There she blows. Yeah, and so the commoditizing of everything, and I can't believe some of the stuff I'm hearing about that they're trying to do with the ranches.
With the what?
With ranching.
Oh, yeah.
Like I grew up on a ranch, so I still have family that that ranches, and it's like I don't know if they know some of the stuff that's coming down the pipe, but my goodness, it's a whole crazy another world that they're trying to bring through right now.
Yeah, it's you know, there's certain things that I don't want to say. You know,
For sure.
we don't want to just say these words, and I'm not going to. But it's as if we become the herd, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's more glaringly obvious. And I really wish that the rest of the cattle would look up and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look up from chewing that cud and being happy and fed, and look to see what the farmer might be doing. If the farmer might have some ill intent, you know, that's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
There are many great channels out there that are talking about the farmer and what his intentions with his animals and operations may be, you know. And I hope that they find those very good channels out there talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when they do, they'll probably start buying gold and silver.
Yeah. That's and like you say, you know, you try to wake people up a little bit, because like you were talking earlier, you know, what if we slip into that pre-2025 zone where suddenly, you know, that was when you could just easily purchase it, you know, whereas now there's some new, maybe it'll be, and you know what I think is a big thing, Homestead, is they used to count the silver used in military, and it used to be in our silver reports, you know, and now they took that out quite a few years ago, that the amount that the military was used, they no longer counted it. They quit showing how much it was. And you know, if the war keeps kicking off, you know, how do we know that? And these other countries that are having hyperinflation with mines, aren't they going to look around and say, "Hold on, where's all our commodities going to suddenly?" Right? Like when these dollars keep hyperinflating, right? I mean,
Exactly.
they're going to start saying, "Look, we can't, you know, we got to keep our own metals, and then it'll be for military use only, or you know, what a critical, or whatever you call it, critical metal or whatever, and
Strategic.
strategic, and then suddenly not be available to the public." I mean, who knows, right?
What if we had in the very near future a change in our own guard, and our military was beefed up, you know, to be ready for whatever happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly there would be a production of a lot of that type of machinery and products
Yep.
that take so much of it.
Yep. And it is getting so high tech. You know, obviously silver is the most conductive and best for adequacy in those areas. So, yeah. And you know, and then when you look at the open manipulation that they even admit to, and then you realize, well, you say, well, why would they be so brazen as to come out and openly admit that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because they have the military behind their back saying, you know, you just don't worry and say it, you know. So
Exactly.
yeah, I know. All right,
No bit on the kookaburra, man.
any interest out there? I got this is about as cheap as we're probably gonna get tonight here. This is just a 1 ounce bar buffalo, but it's not in the best condition, as you can see. But this is gonna be the deal of the night right here if you're looking for a bargain bin.
I like my silver cheap. I do. I'm shameless. I look for low premium stuff all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the deal of the night for me on low balls. So it's a nice little buffalo. It's not in perfect condition by no means, but 1 ounce of silver nonetheless, and your iconic buffalo.
There you go.
The deal of the night for price wise. Hey, Stack That Gold, welcome in. Good to see you.
Now this Altoids can that I've got here is what's called the metals transport unit. That right there, that's when I go to pick up stuff and do my pickups. And this was a little bit of last week's activities.
Beautiful, look at that. I don't even have that one. That's a nice
little kookaburra.
I got that in platinum, but I do not have that in gold. That's a nice looking piece in gold. That's pretty.
Yeah. Got the queen on there. And these little boogers are out of stock just about everywhere.
Nice.
You can't hardly find these as easily as you can a lot of other things that particular year and design there.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Okay, P&W, thanks. I will. I'll get that for you and check my email. You got it. Sorry, Homestead. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. No, that's great. I'm glad the P&W picked that up and y'all connected.
Yeah.
I'm just, doing the stacker thing, and
boy, that is just a pretty piece, man. I really like that gold piece.
And it is pretty. I just wish it was bigger, like maybe 1 ounce. If it was 1 ounce, that'd be so special. But one thing I always try to get people to do is to follow a consistent pattern. I always, no matter what else I do, each week, I pick up at least 1 ounce of silver. At least 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, this past week I picked up 2. A little queen, little king action there. But if
pretty eagle on the back there.
If people will,
what is that? Owl.
Yeah, that's a Canadian owl.
Boy, that's pretty. I like that one. I don't think I've seen that before. I really like that piece. That's cool.
Yeah, the mints, the royal mints of the world, do such a pretty job on things. I'm just touching her with my nasty man hand, but it'll be okay. Anyhow, if you're consistent with what you do, pick a level, pick a certain dollar amount, pick a certain size. I always say I get 1 ounce of silver a week, no matter what else I do. Right? Most of the times I do more than that. And there's only been a few weeks that I've only gotten 1 ounce of silver, but that'll be 52 ounces at the end of the year. And it's spread out in such a way that it really doesn't hurt. Not too much. Maybe that's 50 cents in mercury dimes. Maybe it's a quarter.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome way to do it. And then, like, if you have extra or you come across a big dip, right? Then you can throw a little bit more at it, like. But otherwise, at least you have that base, right? Oh, Homestead comes in himself, says, "I'll take that." All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna snap that up.
So SOLD sold to Mr. Homestead.
Yeah, that's my cheap premium right there, brother.
You bet. That's 1 ounce of silver up. It's a great price. Can't beat that. Can't beat that deal.
And I'm looking for some bars. I'm looking for some good prices on some bars. Want to pick some of those up for a little project I've got coming up, I think. I don't want to give away too much, so I'll keep quiet on that project.
Okay.
But some people that are here tonight, and some people that are watching this later, will have a chance to see that project in the future.
Cool. Well, that's.
But yeah, always be consistent. Just every week or every month, however you want to do. Allocate a certain bit of your energy in the form of your money and your time on this earth doing what you do, and just make a regular purchase. Hey, Mentally Corrupted, thank you, sir. It's good to see you in here. I run mouth so much. Stack That Gold, great to see you. I run my mouth so much that sometimes I might be rude to a host. Not mean to.
No.
And so I try to not talk too much and say hey to everybody, you know. We all have our little things that we need to work on, and that's one. On other live streams where everybody's showing their face, and I have never shown my face. In the 5 years or so that I've had a channel, going on 6, I never show my face. I don't want to be known at all. I don't want anybody recognizing me. I want to just be free to go about my day and no one know that it's me.
Yep.
A cowboy, Mentally Corrupted. And I believe Mentally Corrupted is from the UK. Am I right on that?
Okay, so we're running these 4 10-ounce bars here. Your choice. We got the Mike Maloney bar. This is from Gold Silver. Mike Maloney's bar. For those of you who don't know Mike Maloney, he has one of the coolest video series called The Hidden Secrets of Money. It's pretty old now, but it's definitely worth the watch. Like 10 episodes. First 7 are what you need to watch. But anyway, this is a nice gold silver 10-ounce bar. It's your choice of any of these bars, and we started it at $2.90. So you can bid $2.90, and then the next bid would need to be $2.95, $5 increments. So if anybody wants their choice of one of these 4 bars, you can pick if you bid. NTR metals. All of them are in their plastic wrap. And we got the Silver Town waffle back 10 ounce. So yeah. Yep, slow but steady. I remember buying my first couple of ounces and seeing a buddy that I had at the time, or a guy, we did a table at a gun show, and I remember him showing off a 10-ounce bar and thinking, man, I wonder if I could someday get a 10-ounce bar. And, man, after, that was back in 2017, and you just slowly stay at it. And, I've blown way past what I thought I would get to. So slow and steady, as you say, and pretty soon you've got a little something to go back on, which is quite nice.
Exactly. It's the most tried and true concept that there is. How do we get from being born to being full grown, knuckle dragging, men like we are, great big lunking things? We got there a little at a time.
Yep. Yep.
That's a beautiful bar. And Mike Maloney is certainly an accomplished economist.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lion and a bull and a shield there. More little emblems in the shield. Nice little bar. Some abbreviations and whatnot going on there. Very nice.
I want to say, okay, I'm trying. I remember meeting. Oh, sorry, I'm a hush.
No, I just thought that was WC there, but it's not. I thought that's a WC, and I was like, oh, WC, there you go. But no, it wasn't. I like these little Asahi bars too. They're kind of pretty.
Asahi is some good stuff. I think they were originally OPM, or rather, Asahi took over OPM.
Okay, is that where that went to? Okay.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think I'm remembering my stacker stories the right way. I think OPM was taken over by Asahi. I think.
Could be.
If there's somebody that knows for sure, please speak now and help us make sense.
WC says Elemental. So maybe it was Elemental that swallowed up the what was it, OPM? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Which one swallowed up which, WC? I know WC would probably know, anybody on here. So, okay, we're going to count these down. Nobody wants a 10-ounce bar, your choice, at $2.90. I'm going to start counting it down to no bid.
Just beautiful bars.
In 3. And then NTR to Elemental. Okay, so this NTR bar too got swallowed up by Elemental. So both OPM and NTR got swallowed up by Elemental, WC? That's interesting. Elemental's doing okay.
Yeah, well, who did Asahi take over?
That must be the case. I don't know. Ask WC or Stack That Gold. You guys know? Let's see.
If anybody knows, it's going to be WC or Stack That Gold.
Right.
I almost bought a 5-ounce. Was it 5 ounce? I think it was a 5 ounce or 10 ounce OPM bar. It was one of the two. It was 5 or 10. I almost bought one of those a while back and let it go.
I actually I don't have an OPM either, and I kind of wish I had one too. So I'm lacking there as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself.
Asahi took over JM. Stack That Gold says.
Okay. But then the JM came out recently and started producing their own stuff again, didn't they?
Did they? I don't know. I do know I have a little JM bar here. If anybody knows which one this is or is interested, I could throw that out. But I don't know if this is old JM or new JM. You guys let me know.
Hey, I'm starting to feel a little bit cranky up in here, man. Hey. I don't know what it is, but I'm cranky.
What's going on, Cranky? Good to see you. Back at you, Cranky. All right. New bidoo.
I'll tell you what, I really love watching WC Precious Metals.
I do too. That guy. Yeah, I can watch all his videos all the way through and keep going if he would keep going. He's got a way of talking about it. It's very smooth and it's all very great information to know. Poignant, yeah. On point.
The man has some knowledge that's born of passion for what he does, right?
For sure.
And it's pretty involved, and I feel like I'm back in history class in a lot of ways, only it's more fun because we're dealing with precious metals.
Yep. Speaking of some older stuff, here we have an Engelhard. And I have one more Engelhard that was just like this one, but in a bit better shape. I put it into a capsule, but this one it's still pretty nice. So if anybody's interested in this uncapsulized, not quite as nice as the next one I'll put up, but it nonetheless an Engelhard, a thing of beauty. And these do run a bit of premium, but I'm going to start this one out pretty low for as good a shape as it in. There's go to eBay, there's a lot worse condition going for a lot more. So anybody that's got the capital E and 3 Inglehards on the back. Night, Cranky. Have a good night.
Sal makes it easy, makes it look easy, you know, maneuvering coins in front of the camera.
Yeah, I'm always impressed. He always has really nice coins, and he takes them out of the capsule, like some. It'll be like a really nice coin, and yeah, he's just got it stacked up raw there. I always think that's impressive.
The man's got more metal. He's got so much over there, and I just drool every time. You know, it's like, ooh, I didn't know he had a 1 kilo bar of gold too. That's nice.
Oh yeah, speaking of ancient, I forgot to say so far. By the way, Homestead, you're our top bidder tonight. So if no one else outbids you, you're gonna come home with this almost ancient piece. This is a Russian coin from the 15 or 1600s. What's it say?
Oh, that's cool.
1682 to 1721. They call it Russian wire money. It must have just been like silver wire that they smashed. And so they call it silver wire money. And King Pyotr I, House of Romanov. Or Horse of Romanov, I guess.
Y'all gonna let me get that freebie?
It's got a little rider. So I have one of these coins, and it's in a slab, but it doesn't have. It has like the horse without the rider, and this one you can see the rider just kind of with some of the horse. So anyway, yeah. So that's the freebie tonight for the top bidder, which is right now is you, Homestead. So good job. We're winding down on this Inglehard piece.
It's not a bad price on that Engelhard.
No, yeah, some people really like these. So.
Hey, Cranky, you have a good evening, brother. I can't wait to get that buffalo in here. You know, there used to be buffaloes here in Alabama.
Really?
Long time ago, there were buffaloes in Alabama. And when I get my buffalo from you, then I will have one more. You know, my little herd of buffaloes is growing. You know,
yeah. I got a little herd too. That's funny.
I like it.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little collection of buffaloes. Because there's quite a collection out there of them too, like little variations.
Yeah, I was saying the other night, if we get into a SHTF and a long-term survival situation, barter economy, we're going to be trading in silver buffaloes. That's what we're going to be trading in, because not as many. There's more people that's got those than have constitutional.
Could be. All right, since I told you about it, I'll bring it out here. So this is the one I had to put into a capsule because it was just pretty nice shape for an old Engelhard. I guess I don't know how old these are. Maybe WC would know. PZ 2536. I don't know. But it's in good condition. And they're going for over 40 on eBay. Go at 36, so
that is history right there.
Another good deal for anybody who's interested.
Now, does the freebie go out to just a one, like, the highest bid on one item, or can it
It's
be made on multiple items, like,
it can
a
be
total?
multiple items, could be multiple small items or one great big. Whatever comes out to the highest price, that person gets it. Whoever bid the highest amount of money that night. So it could be from one coin or it could be from 10 little coins, but whoever spends the most dollar amount gets it. And you can't win 2 in a row. So other than that, those are the rules.
I'm gonna help out here, okay?
WC says 1981 on this Engelhard. That is impressive that you would know when this was made. Does it say on there, or you just know that? That's craziness. That's so cool, man. That's almost as old as I am right there. It's pretty close.
There's a lot of people that are like me that feel the numismatic value of just common, ordinary bullion from days gone by. I love vintage bullion.
Yeah, it's getting to be big in our groups. There's a lot of people that are really into it. In fact, I myself, if I didn't already have too many rabbit holes that I'm chasing, I would probably get into it myself. But I just got to pick and choose where I put my premiums.
I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, and how are you going to compete with someone out there like WC, man? When you see what he brings out, man, you got some of the coolest layouts in your videos. Some very, very impressive vintage stuff there, but that was fun to watch.
I like the blanket that he uses too.
I know. I know some of these stacker blankets could be sold online, I think, for a pretty good price.
Yeah.
People would beat them out like the old fleece they used to catch the gold and silver in.
That's right. My stepfather used to do that. Back in the day, they would take the old GI wool blankets and go out there and pan for gold, and basically they would blanket for gold and just dump the gravel onto the blanket that was spread out in the creek and let the current wash it like it was a sluice, and then they would pull the blankets up at regular interval, whatever, and just sit there and pick them out, put another one in.
Interesting. Yeah, and I was, here in Colorado going through the mountains, some of those natural culverts might be worth looking into, huh?
Those culverts are very worth looking into. Very worth. If you're in a gold bearing area, hit those culverts, brother.
That's interesting. Yeah, you make me. It sounds like you've thought of that before.
I've watched some videos on that. Klesh got me started thinking about that and knowing about people using the culverts. Klesh Guitars.
Okay.
It's a weird name for a gold precious metals channel, but that's who he is. Look for Klesh out there, and you'll find a pretty cool guy.
Cool.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people out there that hit those culverts, little built-in riffles right there.
Yeah. And then I see some people are using like that black tubing that you can get from Home Depot, 3 or 4 inches around or whatever, with the natural little ripples in there, and makes you wonder if you could stick that in a stream somewhere. Come back later or something.
You can. It's just some things are not legal to do.
Right.
In certain places.
Yeah, you got the right place, huh?
Yeah. Can't have a in-ground static kind of thing to capture gold.
Yeah.
Probably most places.
Yeah, that could be, huh? Yeah, you're probably right.
Dan Hurd has found one and talked about that before.
Yeah, I've watched Dan Hurd a few times. Pretty funny.
And Dan Hurd's the man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is an ounce and a half. 2017. It's got a little scratch on it. It's a reverse proof, and it's not in perfect condition. There's a scratch on the cheek. There's some little bits of scuffage more on it. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I thought it was worthy of a capsule anyway. 2017 reverse proof, not in perfect condition, but pretty good overall, and a great price for it. You're looking for it. Blistering Barnacle Adventures, welcome in, my friend. Hey, thanks for stopping by, WC. So we got an ounce and a half here, starting it at 42. That's a beautiful price if you're looking for this coin. I think you'd be happy with that deal. Good to see you, Blistering Barnacles.
Take care, WC. Hello, Blistering Barnacle. Blistering Barnacles is like me, and I guess a lot of other people. He gets around to a lot of places.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen he was doing a bit of gold panning the other day. Speaking of gold panning or sluicing, whatnot, I think I seen him gold panning just the other day on a live.
I love everything about that. All the prospecting, kind of stuff. I love it.
Yep. And there's some prospecting groups here in Denver, and I need to hook up. I was gonna go last year, I never did, but I got a guy who takes a group of people up a couple times a year, and they go to some places where they can legally do it and have some decent luck, supposedly. So that I would enjoy that. Can't go too far, but he said it wasn't too much work, so it'd be fun to try.
And with your young family, that you're making some unique memories for the lifetime of your children and you and your wife.
Right, that would be a good idea. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Time's running out.
Time is running out. I think WC had a premiere here too at 7:30 or something, so that's probably where he ran off to. Noticed we lost about 4 people there suddenly. Pretty dry night here. I think you're going to come out on top with a freebie there, Homestead.
Well, I hope so. I hope that we can get some more bidding action for you. Now, y'all can either buy the stuff that he's got, or you can buy the stuff I've got. Like a good old Chuck here. I'll let that go for $60 right here. It's value added because it's got my fingerprints on it. Right?
That always adds for sure.
Yeah. It's famous Homestead Aquarius fingerprints. Just all over Chuck, right?
50% premium off the top, no doubt.
That's it. Well, when you go to sell, and that's what keeps me away from high premium stuff a lot of times. Now I do like some things like that little kookaburra, but I didn't pay a high premium for it.
Oh, nice.
Just about any time you go to sell, especially when a lot of people are trying to get out the door at the same time, you hear silver is silver and gold is gold, and we're paying 90% back a spot,
Yep.
No matter what it is.
No doubt. You gotta, it's two different worlds there. I do probably have to argue back a little with some of the sentiment that like there's this saying that when it jumps up, you're gonna lose all your premium on your numismatics. Now, and they say it as if it's just a fact, flat out. There's no questioning about it or anything. And I think I kind of have to argue back on that a little bit. I do to a degree agree, like especially when it comes to like modern day MS70 coins, silver eagles that are MS70, you know, or first strike, or a lot of that stuff that is just your average everyday stuff that they're trying to, you know, mark up quite a bit. I think you're going to lose most of your value there, and especially in those types of SHTF situations. However, you know, you got to realize that they're two separate markets. And if you're, like you say, if you're looking to offload a high premium, or I'm sorry, that was supposed to be in 3. That's an in 3, in 2, no bid in 1. So you know, yeah, I think with a lot of stuff, you're still gonna keep a lot of your premium. Like with you know, like you got. Well, let's just look at ancient coins for instance. You know, you're not your $500,000 or your $1 million Idmar coin, you know, that's a half ounce of silver that goes for $1 million. That's not suddenly going to go for, you know, a half ounce of silver value just because of SHTF, you know. So you gotta kind of, there's an in between there, but I definitely agree that, you know, nowadays stacking, you know, even me, and I get premium stuff now and again, but the closer we get to this obviously being a reset coming, the more you just want weight, right? Because, you know, that's where right now, just because we're in this unique piece of time, just with your regular base bullion is going to increase in value greatly. So there's no need for a premium, right?
That's
Just
right.
get into the bullion and you're going to do well. And I agree with that. And that's what I would point most people to. But I kind of gotta push back a little on all the premium stuff's going to lose all its premium as silver jumps up. I don't think so. I think it will, even the premium will probably become greater on some of those premium coins.
Yeah.
More
It depends on the place that you are selling it, the venue, right?
Yep, for sure.
If you go to a pawn shop or an LCS,
yep,
or an auction house or eBay, you know.
Right, no doubt. All right, see.
Do you see what I put in there? I'll that very first one that you had out, that Engelhart.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I'll the $33 one, you know, the lower premium one.
This butte right here.
Yeah, I'll take that one as well.
All right, you got her. It's a good deal right there too. All right, let me type that in for you. And we have an Engelhard 33.
And then watch you come out with something that I really want. Even more, you know.
We're a slow night. We can work it out. No worries. And come on. Learn how to spell Aquarius.
Okay. Like people know how to spell aquarium, like you put a fish in.
Okay.
Just take off the M and put an S on the end.
Okay.
I have problems with that myself. How do I spell my own dang channel name?
Oh, now I gotta go find that other one too. Okay. All right. Well, we are winding down. There's not a lot of action. We'll put up a couple more here and we'll wrap it up for the night. And let's see which one of these beautiful bars do we want to put out here? What do we got? Okay, we got a few people in. Let's go with the old JM bar. Speaking of Johnson Matthew getting swallowed up. Johnson Matthew. That was impressive that WC knew the year of that Engelhard, let me tell you. Maybe he looked up, but if not, that was pretty impressive.
The man knows his stuff. Knows our stuff.
Let's see. Let's look that up for the fun of it. Since we have time, let's go over here to eBay. All right, this looks like it. Boy, these are hot items. All right, let's share our screen here.
Classic names don't, they stay in favor,
So I think that's probably it. That one's going for 37. Got some at 43, 38, 39 out of the plastic. Woo. 45 in the plastic. Well, let's give everybody a deal here. Let's try and find our low ball. 37 is like the lowest one I can find. So let's do 36.
It's good price. And yours isn't made of Temu metal or Chinesium. Ain't nothing like getting a nice silver plated brass bar. It's good stuff.
Right.
I say that, and I probably got half my metal is probably brass. See me coming in a place, and they say, "Okay, here's that boy. We're gonna get rid of all our counterfeit stuff that we've taken in."
Right.
Over the last 2 weeks, the stuff we got took on. We're gonna make sure he leaves with it.
You got any good local coin dealers there where you're at?
I do. I have a local coin shop that I appreciate very much. He is he's been doing it since he was a little boy, and he is far from a little boy now. He's been a coin collector all of his life, and he knows coins.
That's
and
cool.
has a huge selection of them. And he is a very honest man, and he works well with me. We work well together, I think. Of course, the house always wins, but he's willing to cut that deal.
Yeah.
If you're doing business with him, then he's gonna take care of you. You see, mentally corrupted.
I really can't go quite that low on this piece, but I could drop it $1 for you. I can do 35. I could do 35 to stay alive.
I can't figure out why nobody's buying my stuff over here.
Right. Those fingerprints are well worth.
Yeah, that little kookaburra right there. I probably let that go for $400. And I'll take it out of there and then make sure I put my thumb on there a couple of times, and it'll go for about $450 right now. 10th ounce gold. He's got all this stuff that's still in plastic and junk. Ain't got no wear to it. Got stuff that's seen life over here.
Right.
got stories and
Got some
scars.
character to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. And that's another thing too that I think is funny. If it ever does kick off, like as many of us that put like basic bullion in capsules that probably shouldn't be ever put in capsules because it's just basic bullion.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of us stackers that do that.
That's a good price on that right there. JM is some well-known good stuff.
Yeah. Share my screen again on the eBay. Let's show some examples here. See what we got for. I think I have sold clicked already here. Sold items. 39 sold for 39 on today. $39.
Yeah.
$50. Woo! $36. There's for what I started it at. That was on April 28th. So, like I said, 35. There's another 39er for you. 2 at 76. There's one at 32. 47. 34.15. No, that's not one. Never mind. Woo! That must have been two of them for you. Another one at 39 out of the sleeve. Boy, these things are pricey. 37 out of the sleeve. 36 in the sleeve on April 25th. So yeah.
That's a good price.
Yep. Shipping is $7, but I can hold you a wallet if you wanna just wallet it. You can pay the shipping on the first one, and then you can just hold it till you're ready to ship, and we can add more to it as you go, so you don't have to pay shipping every time. Save you some money.
That's a good plan.
Let's see. Yeah, the reason why I bought 3 of them in a gun show a few weeks back. Yeah, man, so I bought it, good, and that's great. I just got to go with what I got it at the price, with the spot price moving as it is. I can't quite go down that low, but I can do 35 for you. Oh, you said you'd do 35. Cool. All right. Yeah, it's all yours then, bud. If you want her at 35, she's all yours. She's in the plastic and all fresh for you.
It's a pretty bar.
All right, I'm gonna put that for you, Metally Corrupted. Are you making sure you want that, bud?
He's asking what is shipping. What's the shipping price?
Shipping is $7. Like I say, I can start a wallet for you too if you want.
And when you say start a wallet, what exactly does that mean?
So what I do is, like, let's say Metally Corrupted said yes to the wallet. So what I would do is I would charge him $35 for the coin plus $7 shipping this time. So it'd be $42 total today, but I would just put his coin in a little safe place with his name on it here that I would call his wallet. And then say he comes back next week and buys another coin, I would only charge him for the coin that time. I wouldn't add shipping, and I would put that coin in the wallet as well. So now he has 2 coins in his wallet, and he's only paid 1 shipping. And so he could do that for another 3 or 4 weeks. He just keeps coming back and adding the coin each time. And as long as he's paid for 1 wallet, basically shipping on the first coin, I just add until his wallet gets big enough that I say, okay, that's heavy enough, I need to ship it out. Or he sends a message and says, I need my stuff, so I ship it out whenever he wants it. It's just a way so you don't have to pay shipping on every transaction unless you're in a hurry,
That's good that you offer that. That's very good.
Yeah, and that way you can build your wallet up a little bit and and you definitely save some money that way. Yes, Neil has a wallet that is about. I said one more item from him, and I have to ship him out. He's about full up. I do take PayPal, Metally Corrupted, and yeah, I'll send you over an email with an invoice that you can pay through. And if you don't like, there's about 4 or 5 methods to pay through in the invoice. You can even just use your debit card. And if none of those work for you, we can do Zelle or Cash App as well. And I'm going to put up one more item, and then we're going to call it a night. And what shall it be? Let's just do another coins or another bar since we're on a roll here. Let's do this old Silvertown.
Silvertown.
We've got a this is not a portrait. Yeah, this is a portrait, whereas this would be a landscape, right? So I think you call this a portrait. Portrait bar of Silvertown, 1 ounce, 3.9 is fine. Got the prospector and his mule there, and we got a waffle back with a Silvertown center and prospector on the back as well. And it's in its lollipop container, so. And we'll give a good deal on this, and we're gonna go with 29.
29. See, that's getting into my low premium silver range right there.
That's right. This is a nice piece for just that. Okay, Metally Corrupt, I got you down for that JM bar. And let me know if you want to start a wallet up or not when in your email. And I can either get it shipped out to you right away, or we can start you a wallet. Your choice, my friend. Well, last piece of the night. Remember, if you wanted, there's these buffaloes over here on the side. If you didn't catch those, we have the special with the Silvertown proof-like buffalo rounds as well for $29. It's a great deal on a proof-like buffalo from Silvertown as well. Type in buy it now special and how many you would like. You can do more than one of those.
That's a good deal. Good price.
Yep. We got our action over here. Buy it now. I don't think I'm going to run that tonight though, because we don't got much of a crowd. So we're gonna.
I'm good for running people off. I'll tell you that. I'm not like one of the famous people that you can have on your channel and bring in a crowd. You know.
I disagree, Homestead. I think you draw a crowd. Everybody likes it when you show up. I know I do anyway. We all appreciate you. How you feeling lately? You doing all right, man?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Yeah, sorry to air all your laundry out like that on my streams. Hopefully it's not too big of a
You ain't aired nothing out. I just stubbed my toe. 'Tis only a flesh wound.
Ooh, I should have checked my likes too. I wonder how many likes we got up to. 14. All right.
Man, that's
No, that's all right. Sometimes these nights, sometimes there's a lot more people, and sometimes there's just not much traffic. Just kind of the way she blows for me. That could be a misconstrued statement as well, huh? Okay, so we are winding down on this last piece here. We got a Silvertown waffle back 1 ounce bar, and we started at a $29. It's about a $2 premium right now with silver at 27. She's in her lollipop. We don't have any Homestead fingerprints on this yet. Of course, it looks like we might be getting some Homestead fingerprints soon, as we have Homestead at 29 as we count this down.
We got OCS Stacker in here, or OC Stacker.
Welcome in. Good to see you. All right, we got Homestead in 3 at 29. Homestead at 29 in 2. Homestead at 29 and 1. And we are SOLD. Sold the Homestead at 29. Congrats, Homestead. I'm pretty sure you're going home. You are going home with the freebie, as a matter of fact, because that was it.
Well, you know, I got to have that freebie. I got to ensure that I get the freebie, right?
Sure.
And I'm looking for bars. I'm looking to buy some bars soon. And you got 3 pretty ones right there.
Cool. Yeah, these are nice. All right. All right. We got Mentally Corrupted says, I got your email. Is your address the same? Is that postal service address? What's that stand for, Homestead? PP address.
PP. I'm not sure.
I'm guessing it's something to PayPal. Oh, there you go. PayPal. I should have known.
There you go.
PayPal is just I'll just send me an email, and then I'll respond to your email with an invoice, and you can pay through that. It's about the easiest way to do it. There'll be a payment in there. PayPal is included in my invoice, so you can just pay through there. I'll send it over to you in a minute when I get off here. So thank you so much, Mentally Corrupted, OC Stacker. Thanks for stopping by. Neil's Han Dynasty, as always. Appreciate you. And WC Early, Blistering Barnacles, and everyone else who came through. Appreciate you very much. Stack that gold, Cranky Stacker. Appreciate you guys for coming through. And Mr. Homestead, greatly appreciate.
It's been my pleasure, brother.
Keeping me company here. And keep in touch. And in fact, stick with me 1 minute. We're going to wrap this up here, and I'll get with you. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap this one up for the night. Thanks a lot, and we will catch you on the next one.
Y'all be good.